Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk a bit about our feature called drafts, and we are going to discuss how drafts can be used in the best ways. Literature analysis, we all know, can be really mind-boggling, and in today's session we are going to focus more on that particular aspect of literature analysis, which is essentially the need for the constant ideation, and that too on the fly, in the sense that when we are reading literature, when we are trying to analyze the literature, new ideas will pop up all the time, and we have to quickly document those ideas and continue the reading and the analysis process. So there again, if we have to break it down, we find that there are three different aspects to this issue. The first one is that we need a quick access to our working notes in the right context. The second thing is that we need to have the ability to explore further while we are ideating. And the third need is that we need to have the ability to ideate as a team, together with maybe our supervisor or our lab mates or our collaborators. If I have to sum it up, it would mean that we are constantly trying to link our knowledge acquisition, which is happening through the process of literature reading and analysis and comprehension, with the process of knowledge creation, which is essentially the drafting aspect, or journaling our ideas. So, what do we mean by journaling ideas on the fly? The first thing is that we need to make sure that our ideas are linked up with the literature that we are reviewing and analyzing and critically assessing. And that may mean that those ideas can be in the form of working notes, those ideas can be our research questions, or it may also mean that we are developing a sketch of the approach that we might take, or it might also mean that we are trying to design the experiments that we want to run on the fly as we are reading different types of literature. So that's the first aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that we need a mechanism in which, while we are taking down all these notes, while we are doing all our ideation, we need a mechanism to explore and organize more resources on specific aspects of our ideas. And that can again be top class research magazine articles, or research articles, or top class research blogs, or white papers, or top class conference or workshop video lectures, and so on. So let me just quickly go into Rax and show you how we can do that. So you have to come to Raxter.io, and then after signing up or logging in, you enter your universe of research projects, and you can have multiple different research projects. I will be focusing on this one research project which I'm currently doing, which is on a research paper summarizer. So when I walk into my project, I see whole different types of aspects, and it starts with opening up with my universe of papers that are related to this particular project. I will show you, open up one such paper that I am currently reading. This is a paper on document summarization using certain kind of neural network technique. Imagine that I'm reading this paper and I'm going through all these different aspects of the paper, and suddenly new ideas are coming that I really need to jot down quickly, which are original ideas, or might be potentially original ideas, but have to figure out to what extent this might be something to pursue. So what I would be doing is, imagine that I'm reading this particular section of the paper, I would just quickly go to my drafts. I can create either a new draft or keep continuing with a particular draft where I'm putting down all my ideas. So let me just walk you into one of these drafts, and then this is a draft, and I can actually put down all my ideas. What can happen is that I can also start looking into certain specific aspects of, maybe I might be interested in papers which are related to this particular content that I'm writing. As an example, I select this entire section, and then I want to explore more papers that are related to this particular section. or maybe I might want to click on a particular concept, and I might want to look into light reads or certain kind of wiki articles that are related to this particular concept. And then, let's say that I look up some papers and then I can attach it. And the moment I attach it, all my attachments gets added with this draft. If I move into some other draft that I have, I might explore more aspects which are related to this particular working note, and I can attach that particular resource to this particular draft. Now, something interesting is happening. My attachments are very specific to the draft that I am currently working on. So as you can see, this draft will have its own set of attachments, whereas this draft will have its own set of attachments over here. And that's how things are always organized in terms of the context in which you discovered them in the first place. For those people who are thinking about whether there is LaTeX support or not, so we do have LaTeX support, so you can actually mix up your content in terms of plain text and LaTeX. And you can also put in multiple different things like links and images and videos and all. Now coming back to another aspect of ideation, which is ideating or working together as a team. So, how to organize and easily revisit certain feedback which you got on specific ideas. And those feedback can be like comments, or can be review versions, or can be discussion threads, and so on. You can actually share this a particular draft with your collaborators or your supervisor or your teammates. Every particular draft is shareable if that is owned by you. So, and then once you do the sharing, then you can actually start commenting your lab mate, something like this, and then your members will get the notification, and that's how the threads are developed. This is how you can check out your activity, and somebody can reply on it, or you can also reply on your own comment and start creating a discussion thread. That's pretty much how you can actually work together as a team. Apart from that, there are multiple other kind of use cases in terms of drafting, which means you can also bring together other kind of documents that you would be working on, like your meeting agendas, or maybe the minutes of the meeting, or maybe paper manuscript versions, or maybe thesis chapters, and so on. But something that I really need to emphasize on is drafts are not primarily for writing final publishable work in the context of Rax. Of course, you can work on your final publishable work, but that's not the primary purpose of draft. The primary purpose of draft is essentially to journal your ideas and your thoughts while you're doing literature analysis, so that those ideas don't get lost, and to design your algorithms or your approach or your protocol or your experimental design as you are reading more and more interesting articles. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot.